Welcome back, everybody, to another desk video where I answer your toughest, hottest, most in-depth questions about real estate, success, entrepreneurship, life, anything that makes sense. And today, one of the most trending topics that we've found is people are looking for how to get into real estate. That is that simple, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. These are my 3 steps for how to get into real estate. Good? Now, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's 2021, it's a year of change, maybe you've lost your job, or maybe you quit your job because you were like, screw this, Biff, I don't want to work for you anymore, selling toilets. And you're like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what that guy on YouTube does, that guy that sells real estate. Didn't he just sell a place for $132 million in 2 days in Palm Beach and break a world record? Yes, he did. I want to go do that just like me. And that's why we're all here, right? That's why you're here with me. I understand. I totally get it. So step 1 for getting into real estate, you need to be licensed. Now, same thing like driving a car, right? Or being a lawyer, being a doctor. You cannot do any profession in this country or anywhere that affects other people's livelihoods, both physically, mentally, and financially, unless you are licensed through an accredited school by the state. So in New York, you get licensed and there is a 75-hour course. You can do it online these days, or you can do it in person. I still think they're doing them in person, but mostly you can do all of these things online. And wherever you are in the world, in the United States or any other country, you can look up, go on the internet, and you can look up real estate school. Okay, real estate license. And where you are, there are probably a handful of different schools, and you can take the course. And you go through and you learn about super simple things like, what is a house? What's an appraiser? What is this law? What is this? What is ethical? What is not? And it's a lot of information that you will never, ever use again. But isn't that what school is all about? Yep. And when you're done with the course, you're going to take a school test, most likely. Okay? And in some states it's different. Some states you can take the school test over and over and over. Others, like Florida, you get to take it twice. And if you fail it, then you got to wait another 30 days. Right? In other countries, the rules are completely different. Every municipality has different rules for how to get into real estate. And in some countries, you don't just do it in 75 hours. You have to go through an intense real estate program that lasts years and years and years. Once you pass the school test, then you sign up to take the state test. But the state test is harder, so make sure you study. I know I make selling homes seem super simple and tons of fun. I do it on YouTube, social, all over $1 Million Listing on Bravo, but there is a seriousness to the work, right? And there's a massive level of responsibility because you are advising people on probably their biggest purchase or sale in their entire life. You have a fiduciary now to that client that you are taking on a significant amount of responsibility when you work with your new clients. And know too, that you have to eat what you kill. The minute you get that license, you're not making money tomorrow. There is no paycheck rolling in every Thursday afternoon or Friday. 82% of people who get their real estate licenses quit within the first year. But let me tell you this, if you have the entrepreneurial spirit, and if you want to work just for yourself every day for the rest of your life, and if you don't want anyone breathing down your neck telling you should be doing this, doing that, and you want to make as much money as you can, being a real estate agent is an amazing career. So step 1 is getting that real estate license. Step 2 to getting into real estate, you need a sponsoring broker. Typically, an agent who's been in the business for at least 2 years, who's sold enough real estate to be able to apply for the brokerage license, which is separate course, separate tests, the whole thing. And then that broker can start bringing on agents underneath them. So you need that broker, which is a brokerage company like myself in New York, Serhant, or like a Keller Williams, or like a Century 21, or a Coldwell Banker, or the agency, or all of these companies. These are called brokerages. You go to one of those brokerages and you interview. and you say, I'm a newly licensed salesperson. I am hungry. I want to hustle. This is where I live. This is what I know. I would love to work here. And there's a good chance that they could give you a spot. But you need that sponsoring broker to go online, okay, onto the state's website and select your name next to your license and associate your license with their brokerage. Once that's done, then you can start running around the streets, talk to all your friends, everybody, tell them you're all in real estate and that you're ready to help them buy or sell or rent any property ever in that state. Now, step 3 is the one you're gonna like the absolute least. What the fuck do you know about advising people on buying or selling homes? What do you know? Step 3 is the most important, and it's now you need to train. With that sponsoring broker, typically every brokerage has a training program, and you can go into that training program and hopefully you can find a more senior agent who's really busy and you can be their apprentice. Okay? You can go into a mentorship program, a shadowing program, and then you can learn underneath that agent while you do all the work that they don't want to do anymore. And that's fine because you're brand new. You just got into this business. That agent has buyers, that agent has sellers. They got to do lots of emails, they got to do contracts. So they want you to help them to take a lot of that work off their shoulders so they can go in and just be rainmakers all day long. And you're gonna learn. You're gonna be part of the conversation. You'll be CC'd on emails. You'll understand, oh, who's this person? What's that person do? What's this? And ask tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of questions, okay? Now, if the brokerage that sponsors your license doesn't have that kind of program, then you can start looking for teams. There are plenty teams. You could do the open houses. You could do the buyer showings. You could just be there as an intern, really learning with that team and seeing how they operate. What is the life of a real estate agent like? Really? What do they do when they come into the office first thing in the morning? What do they do at the end of the day? What do you do when you talk on the phone to somebody you've never spoken to before? What do you need to know? Are you gonna go show a home? You don't know anything about the home, who built it, what kind of wood siding is on the house, when the chimney was built, the last time it was inspected. There's a lot of work you're gonna need to do, and there's a lot of information you need to absorb, and it's gonna take some time. So being on a team is a great way to really just be shotgunned into the business because you're gonna be helping out a bunch of different people, and you'll be surrounded by a good family atmosphere because teams stick together. If you're on a team, don't just sit there and get people coffee and do their contracts and print things and scan things because that's what they told you to do, and then say, hey, you never promoted me. No. Do that stuff because that's what you were hired to do, but then start to be the role before you are the role. So you want to be an agent on that team? Step up early. Don't wait. Tell them you're happy to take that client out, no problem. What are they looking for? If they want something that's $10, no one else on the team wants to do it, you'll do it. You know why? Because you never had a client before in your entire life. You'll do it, step up, let's go. Do the work, put in the hustle, be the role before you are the role. That's what big money energy is all about. My first year in the business, I made just over $9,000. But your first couple years, especially your first 2, you need to think about the real estate business like grad school, okay? You probably didn't go to grad school. If you did, good for you. And if you didn't, no problem, because now you're about to get into the greatest career ever known. Okay, but it's gonna take you a couple years to really start getting things rolling. Like I'm doing deals right now with clients that I've been kind of talking to, entertaining, who I've touched base with for the last 7 years. Okay, but now they're my clients right now. They wanna go now. Good thing I talked to them 5 years ago. Things take time. It takes time to build up trust with people or they're gonna work with you. So your first couple years, you're gonna be running around like a crazy person. And that's what we built the course for, so you can kind of know what to do. So those are the 3 steps that you need to know on how to get into real estate. You do those 3 things and you are on your way to becoming a successful real estate broker, no matter where you are in the world. So all right, that's the end of this desk video. If you liked this, especially this type of video, hit that like button because YouTube helps us and promotes the video so other people can learn about how to get into real estate. And anything else you want to hear me talk about, leave them in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, hit the smash the thing, and do all the stuff. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching.